And a welcome to you inside Carver Arena here in downtown Peoria. It's time for Bradley basketball, and today matinee matchup for you as the Braves welcome in the Canisius Golden Griffins. And we bring you into the broadcast now with Matt McClain. I'm Brian Vito. Happy holidays, everyone. And Matt, you think about this game and you think about this non-conference slate as a whole, and it's been very successful for the Braves. And as you sit and wrap maybe those Christmas holiday presents, the Braves wrap up their non-conference schedule here today against Canisius.
Grab some hot cocoa. Enjoy this one, folks. Bradley firing on all cylinders right now. A nice opportunity to wrap up the non-conference with a victory against Canisius, who's looking for their first win of the season tonight.
Well, let's start with the Griffs. They come in, they played Loyola pretty tightly the other night in Chicago. What do they have to do to be successful here today?
Yeah, first and foremost, you got to try to slow the game down. Bradley's offense scoring 81 points per game right now. Try to limit the possessions, stay within striking distance early on, and then crash the boards. You know, one of the maybe Achilles heels of this Bradley team is their rebound differential. Try to limit some second chance opportunities from the Braves as well. That's one of the places that they can try to grab an advantage.
And then what about for the Braves?
Yeah, so for Bradley, dominate early. They're 7-0 this season when they lead at halftime. Kind of come out, all gas, no breaks. Grab the lead early on and don't let go of it. And then keep firing from deep. This is a team leads the nation in three-point shooting percentage. So if they can continue that today, we'll have a good chance to come out with another victory.
All right, Matt, we're about ready to get rolling here. Starting lineups being announced. There you're going to look at Darius Hannah. There you're going to look at the white retros as well for the Braves, wearing them for the first time here at home this season. They've been very, very good in those threads. Kind of a spin-off of the permanent ones they settled on this year with the script, but you see a little bit of blue in there as well. And they're going to look, nope, your eyes aren't deceiving you. The coaching staff are wearing the holiday sweaters that they debuted last year against SIU Edwardsville. They brought them back this year. I absolutely love it.
I mean, why not have some fun with it, right? They won last year with them
basketball. It's fun.
We got a little variety, a little Star Wars, a little Will Smith, little Air Jordan
Mike
Santa.
Black with the Will Smith is an elite,
pretty solid
elite sweater game right there. But I know I was joking that I should wear my Clark Griswold Blackhawks jersey maybe next year. We'll have to.
I can work out some Cousin Eddie maybe.
There you go. There you go. You got some Cousin Eddie vibes.
A little bit.
I'm kidding.
I think it's the turtleneck.
I'm kidding. Well, anyways, let's get ready for some basketball here between Canisius and Bradley. As Matt said at the top, Canisius looking for their first win of the season. They played Loyola tough in Chicago in Rogers Park earlier this week. And we'll get into the crux of it throughout the course of the afternoon. But the Griffs, a team that have a lot of new faces that will get better throughout the course of the year as they start to mesh together a little bit more. But they've been in a lot of these games that have sort of kind of fallen by the wayside in the last few minutes. So if you're Bradley, on the other hand, you got to carry that momentum that you had against a huge win on Wednesday night against San Francisco. For the second straight game, Corey Thomas gets the start for the Braves. Darius Hannah and the Braves win the tip, and the fourth ever matchup between these two programs is underway.
Yeah, Corey Thomas getting rewarded with another start. You see Christian Davis gets the three up early.
And the rebound goes to Cam Palesi, who is familiar with Bradley. He spent his first 2 years with Valpo. Now here with sophomore eligibility for the Griffs. Driving in is Senga, who's been playing well, and he gets the first bucket of the ball game for either side.
That's a really nice patience there by Senga, driving down the lane, little shot fake, get the defender up off the ground, lays it up for the easy bucket, and the Griffs out to the early lead.
Duke Dean coming off a 19.7 rebound performance against San Francisco on Wednesday night. Thomas posts up low underneath for Hannah, who couldn't quite finish. They got the look, they got the matchup, just couldn't connect.
Yeah, that was a really nice offensive set there by Darius Hannah, sealing off his defender and able to flip that one up. And then Canisius with an opportunity now to push it up by 2 scores.
Here's McMillan. And now Copa. Sango, that big body backing his way in on Montgomery, who contests it well, and the rebound secured by Hannah. Dribble handoff to Montgomery. Nearly lost it. And Dean, I mentioned 19 the other night, had 23 against Santa Clara last weekend. The preseason Valley Player of the Year, has 7 to shoot, draws the double. They skip it in the corner. Hannah tries a 3 and buries one.
Yeah, one of the big improvements for Darius Hannah this season. Comes into the contest shooting 44% from behind the arc. Knocks that one down, and a much-needed hoop there from Bradley early on, get them on the board.
That versatility is something that allows Brian Wardle to think about starting like someone like Corey Thomas at the 5. His ability to step out and be a threat from 3 as Hannah knocks down his first attempt. Copa cut off by Montgomery, and I think traveled, and I don't think the referee was watching the play. He was going to say it was deflected. He's got 1 to shoot anyway, and Senga doesn't get it off. It's a 30-second shot clock violation.
Excellent defensive possession there from the Braves, not allowing a shot and kind of just throwing Canisius off their rhythm there a little bit.
Canisius defensively, and chatting with Coach Wardle, they typically, in watching them play, will pack it in a little bit more defensively. Let's see how they maneuver, as that one was read very well by Palesi. But let's see how they scheme defensively, knowing how Bradley's three-point prowess.
Yeah, that was right on cue, though, Brian. You know, the Griffs do a really good job of kind of gathering up in the lane there, playing the passing lanes. One of the keys for Bradley today is going to be trying to get some kind of skips to the other side of the court, try to find an open man, keep moving the ball with efficiency, like that.
Davis powering his way in, spins baseline, muscles one up, and gets it to go.
Yeah.
Christian Davis, averaging 10 a game, gets his first bucket.
And great recognition there, too, as well. Understand he's got Palesi on him, got a little bit of a height differential, backs him down, fade away, nice jumper from the baseline.
Yeah, that's an area that is clearly advantageous for the Braves, is that size advantage all around. They've gone up against some bigger body teams at all 5 positions against Santa Clara, San Francisco, and a clear advantage today for the Braves as that one rims out off the hands of Copa.
And
in transition, Hannah again. Not this time, and that's going to stay here as Thomas was pushed on the rebound attempt, and that's what Corey Thomas brings, that constant activity around the rim.
Yeah, and he's got kind of a player, I say he's got short-term memory, because when he does make mistakes, he bounces back really quickly. A guy with plays with a lot of energy. He's all over the boards, like you mentioned, Brian. Keeps that possession alive for the Braves, and going to get him another opportunity here.
And they have a player coming in. He needs to take the shooting shirt off. He saw all the sweaters, and he thought that was acceptable today.
Oh, it is really cold in Peoria this afternoon, so cold. I do understand. Maybe want to keep it on, but
they're from Buffalo. They're used to it.
They should be used to it.
Elmar Atlison into the ball game for the first time. Played very well off the bench on Wednesday night. There's the pick and roll for Hannah, and he gets fouled. He was about 3 feet above the rim with that extension.
Darius Hannah was looking down at the rim on that attempt. He's unhappy with himself. So he's got to finish that one through the contact. You take another look. Darius Hannah about to rise up. Woo. Instead goes to the line for 2 free throw attempts.
He had some clutch free throws down the stretch to help the Braves hold off San Francisco Wednesday night. Again, a 68-66 winner for Bradley. Just a wire-to-wire, phenomenal college basketball game between 2 very, very good teams, and Braves were able to come out on top.
Bradley needed all those clutch free throws down the stretch with Hannah and Dean, and my goodness, San Francisco was throwing in every 3 from, it seemed like East Peoria, they were making everything, but a much-needed win, quality win for Bradley, picking up that victory over San Francisco earlier this week.
Braves now still unbeaten here at home, 5-0. They've won 7 straight going back to last year as McMillan couldn't get it to go. Montgomery will bring it up. Skip to Atlison. He's been on fire.
McMillan with the rebound. We saw him miss last time down the court, but this is a guy, a prolific scorer. See him get to the hoop and one, and that's what he does. He's a great one-on-one player, can create his own shot. Gets the opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play when we come back from this break.
Yeah, that's the timeout. We'll take it with him. 7-4. Here is the score. 15:41 to go here in the first half. You're watching Bradley basketball right here on the Valley on ESPN.
And a natural disaster.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
BK Melts, one
wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
Welcome back to Nada Yada Island, the reunion. Janina, were you able to find your perfect match on the island?
Well, I'm proof you don't have to settle.
Whoa, Apple Watch SE and iPhone 12?
Guess who else is bundled up?
Hey, Max. I got them both too. Anybody can in Metro.
At Metro, everyone gets their perfect match. iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watches E for only $99.99. Only at Metro.
And Doug.
Whoa, Limu, we're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save. And then I wake up.
And you have the stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
15:41 here in the first half. Bradley out to a 7-4 lead. We said at the top, Matt, Canisius, a tightly contested battle against Loyola, opened up a little bit in the last couple of minutes, but you see some improvement for a team, again, still searching for their first win. Shot the ball pretty well against a good defensive team, knocked down a few threes, got some confidence building there, and they're definitely trending in the right direction.
They played a really, really tough schedule, too. They played some really big teams as well. So the last game against Loyola, hey, great opportunity here against Bradley as well. So things that you can learn about in the non-conference, as we mentioned, this is a young team, a new team. Coach Christian in his first year with the Griffs as well, too. So, you know, we're talking pregame a little bit to the staff, and they were saying, hey, you know, we have 11 newcomers. 10 of them were signed after Coach Christian came on April 9th. So it's one of those things that's a feeling out process. Obviously, a lot of teams in NCAA basketball right now are used to the squad adjustments and things like that, but everything happening right before the beginning of the season, it kind of puts them behind the 8 ball a little bit, but a lot to build off of for sure so far in this non-conference.
McMillan now on the board with 3. Davis had it stripped, gets it back and goes down. He was fouled by Vanderplas. It'll be Bradley basketball underneath. Braves again coming at 9-2 overall as you get another look. Foul. Hannah, who's got 5 of the Braves' 7 to start. Chill looking 3 from Duke Dean.
Really, really simple out of bounds play there. Duke Dean comes off the screen after the inbounds, knocks down the 3, and that's one of those, you got to know your personnel. You got to stick with Duke Dean through that screen. If not, it's going to make you pay and knock down the triple. Leads the team and made 3-pointers for the Braves, and going the other way now in the offensive foul.
On the moving screen as Anthony Bernards gets set to check in for the Griffs. Bradley doubling up Canisius. 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, as alluded to earlier. The top 3-point shooting team in the country, Bradley, is heading into action today. They're 6-0 when they shoot 43% or above from 3, and still 3-2 when they don't. As Atlason sends it right back to Dean, who gets the high screen from Hannah. In the corner, here's Demarion Birch. Good ball movement by the Braves, and it results in a missed opportunity, but a good look from Christian Davis, 1 and done on the other end.
You know what's crazy about that stat? You said 6-0 and they shoot at least 43%. As he gets a nice little 2-man game there between Bernard and Sanga. Is Bradley actually shoots higher than that 43% on the season. They shoot 45%. So even when that's below what they're used to shooting. So it talks about how prolific they've really been.
Zipped in the corner. Birch gets his man in the air. Had a good look, couldn't finish. And Bernard the rebound. He'll push it the other way. The sophomore from Detroit hands it over to Godfrey. Crowd wanted to travel, didn't get it. Instead, they get a Christian Davis steal, who leads the team in that category. To a trailing Hannah!
In transition, just find Darius Hannah. He'll throw it down. Great job, Christian Davis, getting the ball into the half court and finding a streaking Hannah for the 2-handed flush.
He's got 7 here for the Braves in the opening 6+ minutes.
Yeah, that's great to see. A nice start from Darius Hannah. Has been struggling the past couple of games in terms of offensive production. Have a nice start here.
McMillan, I believe, traveled. They had some good ball movement, and the Braves recovered well, and they forced the turnover. And you're going to see the freshman Jaquan Johnson for the first time this afternoon. Thomason as well.
Yeah, and see that last highlight play. Christian Davis with the steal, gets the Braves out in transition. Darius Hannah just glides in, and that is a great way to get your offense going early on in a ball game.
Johnson played very well on Wednesday night, finds Montgomery, who knocks down a three from the wing. Zeke Montgomery, who really got the offense going in the second half against San Francisco the other night. He was 3 of 3 from 3, knocks down his first triple here this afternoon.
And Montgomery has just been uber efficient in his return to the Braves. We're talking about what the stats this season: 50% from the floor, 56% from 3, and over almost an 80% free throw shooter as well too. So you're going to give him an open look. He's going to knock it down. He can also find the open man.
He loves the Thomas and one.
Wow, Zeke Montgomery, the one-man fast break. The defense sags on him once he gets into the paint and leaves Thomas wide open. Beautiful play by Zeke Montgomery, and it's going to be Thomas reaping the rewards.
Pass precision. Get another look. My goodness.
Yeah, Canisius doing a poor job picking up in transition. They stop the ball with Johnson, find the open man to Montgomery, and then the defense just totally collapsed on the ball. And get a great look here to alley-oop.
The Braves will get 2 on this trip. First bucket of the day for Thomas. He's got 2 boards and a steal. And making a second straight start for the Braves, Bernard, who spent last year at Mercer. Pick and pop to Godfrey, pulls up from the elbow. There's Montgomery. They got the size matchup. Good help coming over by Godfrey. McMillan poked away by Johnson.
Great hustle. And the Braves get back too.
Gianni Thompson, who just checked in, has it. Back to Bernard, right wing. He'll launch from deep.
Nice rebound by Allison as well, too. Going and attacking that one instead of letting the ball come towards him. That gets the Braves out in transition.
Zips it to Thomas. He'll go to work and score.
Yeah, fights with the contact as well, too. Strong move by Thomas. Getting rewarded with his second straight start. Gets that one to go.
Bradley with their largest lead of the afternoon, up to 12.
We talked about the importance of a hot start here for the Braves early, and they've done that so far, as you mentioned, Brian, with the 12-point advantage. Their defense has almost been suffocating against the Griffs here. McMillan gets this one to go. Nice job going baseline, right past the defender. Really a prolific score for Canisius. Kind of a one-man offense for him.
19 points per game. He's a former Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Ohio. Birch knocks down a 3 from the corner.
That's the importance we're talking about, the extra pass, being patient, doing a good job of getting the skips cross court, and the extra pass into the corner to Birch knocks down the open 3.
So 5 different Braves have scored. Just 2 so far for the Griffs. McMillan with 5. Senga on the bench currently has 4. On the drive, it's going to go on Corey Thomas. And Canisius will have it when we come back. Nearing the midway point of the first half. All Bradley early on. They lead 22-9 right here on the Valley on ESPN.
This is a nightmare.
Someone call for a nightmare? Hang on. That's your nightmare? Some roof damage? I'm a professional. I deal with real nightmares. You just need to sing the State Farm jingle.
State Farm jingle?
Do it!
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm can help with your claim. We're here when you need us.
Great. Can you get rid of it?
Ooh, who we getting rid of? Wait.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to the Playground Showdown. On today's field, we have Mom versus her pint-sized powerhouse Timmy. Mom takes off like a blur, and oh, looks like she's hurt her foot, and is now showing us an impromptu dance.
Whether your game is on the basketball court or the playground, get back to it with world-class orthopedic care. Brought to you by OSF Healthcare and Great Plains Orthopedics, official sports medicine providers for Bradley Athletics. Find care now at osfhealthcare.org/orthocare.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs a big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy.
Choose Flex Buy on F-150 and get 1.9% for 66 months plus 1,000 Flex Buy cash and 1,000 holiday bonus cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Back here in Peoria on this very cold day in central Illinois, and you get a look at Brian Wardle now in his 10th year here in Peoria. 262 total wins during those 10 years, or 9+ years, I should say. 167 of those here at Bradley. He keeps climbing up the charts. It seems like every couple of weeks he's surpassing someone else, whether it be a Valley record, all-time record here at Bradley. But again, in the mix are the Braves here for the preseason favorite in the Missouri Valley, which will resume play next Sunday. The Braves will take on Valparaiso. Again, remember, they had a mini start to the league. The Braves won at SIU handily, and they're sitting at 1-0 in Valley play. And the staff, again, if you're just joining,
just get a look at that. Look at the Santa Jordan dunking the present. That's what he's going to be doing on Christmas night, right?
Exactly.
Christmas Eve, right down the chimney, dunking that right down. And Connor Dillon into the game for the Braves as well. First time this afternoon.
Hometown kid, Connor Dillon. The Braves switch it up defensively, and this will really eat into the shot clock.
Got to shoot.
Senga does. Montgomery another rebound. That's his third to go along with 3 points and 2 assists. Good start. It's a stocking stuffer, but it's a stat stuffer as Montgomery comes up empty. Saved by Hanna. Good activity by Darius Hanna to keep that play alive in possession for the Braves.
Yeah, I'd love to see that from Darius Hanna. Kind of got a nose for a ball there. Fights between two defenders to keep that one alive. Bradley's going to have an opportunity here with the baseline out of bounds now.
So Montgomery 1 of 2 now from 3. His percentage lowered. That's unfair. Pick and pop for Hanna.
A lot of game left.
Squares up. Dillon tries a 3.
Yeah, that's a spot from the floor as well, too. That one goes halfway down, unable to stay. And McMillan, that's what he does best. Gets to the right down the lane, draws the contact, going to go to the line. And this is a guy who's top 30 in the country in scoring and points per game, just a tad under 20 points per game. Can really fill it up for the Griffs, and they need his scoring.
Really good foul shooter as well. Made his only attempt so far, but he comes in at 83%. Spent his last 2 years at NJIT in Central Michigan. And 1 of 2 players averaging in double figures for the Griffs, along with Kanakopa.
Yeah, nickname 4 p.m. If this game goes to 3 or 4 overtimes, we might actually get to 4 p.m. But, you know, McMillan is a guy, you know, we've talked about his scoring prowess. 31-point game earlier this year against St. Bonaventure. Second leading scorer, currently active in the MAC as well, too. So a guy that can really fill it up, as he has the majority of the Canisius points so far today.
Yeah, Canisius part of the, as Matt just referred to, the MAAC, the Metro Atlantic Conference, Athletic Conference. Davis with the size advantage underneath. He draws the double. He splits the defenders and lays it in.
That's the second time Christian Davis has played some bully ball on that far block today. Earlier, his second basket of the game, got the baseline fall away to go. This time splits the 2 defenders. The help comes strong through both of them. Able to get that one up and in.
Atlason, the sophomore from Reykjavik, Iceland, will check in. Montgomery out. And Bernard into McMillan. Copa still scoreless for the Griffs. Zipped in there on the low block. For Senga, baby hook is down.
That's a matchup that Canisius is going to look to try to expose. You know, Senga's got some weight on him down there. He's been playing extremely well as of late as well, last 4 games. averaging 16 points per contest. He's playing with a lot of confidence.
Backdoor for Davis, and he nearly got it to go. It's like a hockey one-timer almost.
Yeah.
He flipped it up as he caught it, and he'll shoot two.
Tremendous athleticism there by Christian Davis. First off, love the backdoor cut through the lane. Is able to gather with one hand and go up in the same motion, flip it up. Almost got to go as well for a terrific play.
Davis, who's been uber efficient, to use a technical term, on both ends of the floor. He's towards the top 50, top 100 in so many different offensive efficiency categories. As an individual player in the entire country, he goes 1 of 2 there. He does have 4 points, assists and a steal as well. And that's on top of being potentially the Braves' best on-ball defender. As Bernard goes coast to coast and lays it in.
The one-man little press breaker there by Bernard. Been impressed with him since he's come on. Nice spark off the bench. That's just a defensive lapse there by the Braves. Letting the ball get all the way down the court without stopping them. And Connor Dillon does the same thing on the baseline. Flip it up and in off the glass for his first points.
Dillon recognizing that they're going to close hard on him, knowing that he can shoot it from deep and able to get to the basket and score. Good closeout by Dillon on the other end. Palesi. They switch sides, sidestep 3. McMillan is off, and Dean with his second rebound. Fresh off 7 boards the other night against San Francisco. Baseline, opposite baseline, anticipated well by Copa. It'll stay with Bradley with 20 to shoot.
I really like what we're seeing from Christian Davis. Seems like he's got his mindset today. He's going to try to get into the paint. Help comes over on that one. Tries to fire it in the far side corner. Instead, Bradley gets a fresh 20 here to operate.
Davis, who was the inbounder, has it up top. Dillon is bumped on his way in. That is the 8th team foul on Canisius, and Dillon will be at the line when we come back. 7:55 to go here in the half. Bradley by a dozen right here on the Valley on ESPN.
I've heard it countless times. It doesn't matter where you get your car loan, but it should. When I got my car loan, SEFQ's experts and resources gave me all the help I needed, plus competitive rates and flexible terms. And their free pre-approval let me know my budget right away. So I knew exactly what I could afford before I even got here. And now, this ride is all mine.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
BK melts. Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
Y'all see this? Patrick Mahomes is saying goodbye.
Patrick!
People was tripping.
Where are you going?
He was actually saying goodbye to his old phone.
I'm switching to the amazing new iPhone 16 Pro at T-Mobile.
It's the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. That's like peanut butter on jelly on gold. Get 4 iPhone 16 Pro on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. And save on every plan versus the other big guys. What a deal. That's a lot if you ask me. If y'all giving it away too fast, T-Mobile, slow down.
In the furniture business, things move fast. ZipRecruiter helps us hire qualified candidates who can keep up. We needed a project manager yesterday. We posted a job on ZipRecruiter and had our guy on site in 5 days. He was qualified in every way. ZipRecruiter finds the best candidates for all our jobs. They helped us build our dream team, and they did it fast. Is that too fast for you?
4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/try.
Bradley 27, Canisius 15, under 8 to play in the first half as you get a look at Jim Christian. First year as the head man for the Griffs, but not shy on experience, that's for sure. Certainly had a great run at Boston College for several years, and then most recently at Kent State, which landed a tournament appearance as well. for Christian and the other Mac, right? And then, of course, spent a lot of time at Kansas State. So, but first year here with Canisius.
And you talk about the other Mac. He's the all-time winningest coach in terms of percentage-wise, a 700 win percentage. I guess 70% win percentage per se in that conference. Obviously, a great league as well too. So he's able to do it there. He can pretty much do it everywhere in mid-major basketball. Great hire for Canisius. Tough situation coming in with, a whole new program and everything like that. Only 9 active dressed players here tonight, too. They have a couple injuries, an illness or two. So kind of playing short-handed, but as we mentioned earlier, playing a tough schedule to start this non-conference. So they'll have a lot of experience by the time they get into actual league play.
Yeah, as they nearly have that one taken away. They'll be getting into league play. They have some time off after this one. They got to Peoria on Thursday after spending Wednesday night in Chicago. Again, the Braves switch up the defense as we see on the resumption of play from times, and it's going to force a Hail Mary. That's no good. And Dean, as Bernard steps in front of him, the Braves can play 5-on-4, and they're going to get an open 3. It's Dillon who buries it from the corner.
1, 2, 3, 4 extra passes there. It's going to be a timeout for Coach Christian. What a play there by Bradley's offense. We might get another look at that possession there too, because that's some unselfish play right there, getting the open look from the corner for Connor Dillon, knock down the triple. Beautiful ball movement from the Braves.
And now Connor Dillon has 7 off the bench for Bradley, matching Darius Hanna and as well as Paul McMillan for a game high here in the first half. So great minutes off the bench for Connor Dillon.
And needed for him. He's been fighting a little bit of unhealthiness in terms of his back. He had a little flare up before the season started. Great to see him have that triple go down here in Peoria. A Peoria Notre Dame kid, kind of his homecoming, and a really, really important player for the Braves coming up at the conference portion of the season. A guy who can come off the bench, play some meaningful minutes, take care of the basketball. Just great to see him have this nice first half.
And when he's been called upon, he's been ready. And like you said, Braves really going to need him during Valley play, which again restarts next Sunday. Copa buries a 3 on the other end.
And that's what's been missing from this offense. Is a 40% three-point shooter. He shoots a lot of threes, a high-volume shooter as well too. So he leads the league in three-pointers attempt. And that's, I guess, his first one to go today.
Canisius just 1 of 7 from distance to begin. Atlason back to Dillon. Dean, quick trigger 3.
1 foot of separation is enough for Duke Dean. He's got a tremendous vertical jump despite being about 5'8", able to rise up and knock that triple down from the corner.
That's the 6th 3 of the first half for Bradley. Dean has 2 of them.
Just such a quick release as well on the trigger, being able to get that up and in.
Good hands by Hanna. He thought he stripped it clean, but he's whistled for the foul. It's just the 4th on the Braves. And the first on Hanna. Thomas, Johnson, and Birch. A pair of Milwaukee guys coming in for the Braves off the bench. Placing. Or no, I guess Hanna's sticking on. So 3 on the court for Bradley.
They got the Milwaukee crew out there.
The trio. Plessy, short. Montgomery downhill.
He likes this matchup right here.
Thomas steps out, blinds one up, and buries the 3.
And they're going to get Corey Thomas knocking down 3 balls as well, too. My goodness. Bradley's in for an excellent afternoon. 7 3 balls now made today for the Braves, and Thomas gets that one to go.
McMillan gets the rescreen, and Birch got in there a little too aggressively. Up to a 20-point game.
Yeah, this is a really important stretch here for Canisius as well. Under 6 minutes to go, the first half, starting to get a little out of hand. See if they can come up with maybe some offense down here to get them going. But really, it's on the defensive end where they're struggling right now. Bradley kind of just getting everything that they want. A lot of extra passes from the Braves, moving the ball at will, pretty much getting whatever they want. So big stretch here to kind of stay in striking distance.
Yeah, we knew the 3-point margins were going to be a big factor into this one, and Bradley already plus 18 from beyond the arc, but a strong move by Senga on the other end as they get a bucket inside.
Yeah, Canisius definitely has some players. Senga is actually the current MAC player of the week. We mentioned he had that excellent game against Maine a couple days ago, and then earlier in the week against Loyola as well, too. He had 26 against Maine last week, so a guy who can really fill it up. Had a nice move there.
Skipped, corner, Hannah, 3 is down.
Man, Darius Hannah left open in the corner, and my goodness, Bradley is just making it rain from behind the arc.
Now the Braves knew that they can get some good looks with those skip passes.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example of one there. Hannah was a great feed right in the shooting pocket, and Hannah able to knock it down.
And Bradley shooting 57% from behind the three-point line, and McMillan drives down the lane there, going to draw some contact, gets to the free throw line.
That's the second on Birch in the last couple of minutes. So McMillan will go back to the line. He's 3 for 3 here in the half. As a team, Canisius has been outstanding from the stripe, 81%.
Yeah, absolutely right. I'm happy you brought that up, Brian, because they are really great once they get there. There's a bit of a discrepancy because they only get there about 11 times per game on average, which is in the bottom 10 for Division I basketball. So if they can be a little bit more aggressive, try to draw that contact, that could be a place where they could really, kind of reap some rewards.
Yeah, McMillan about the only one that has that sort of high volume of getting there, and even that is too majestic as Johnson will bring it up. Thomas.
Oh, wide open.
Johnson thought about it, now tries. That's just his 4th attempt of the year. Copa. Here's McMillan. There's the two-man game that they want. The help by Johnson, defended well by Montgomery. Bernard triggers a 3, that's good.
He's been really impressive off of the bench for the Griffs today as well. He's had a nice assist earlier, got a couple hoops now. Showing some life on the bench there.
Hannah to answer.
Thomas kept that play alive. He was so active, and he's gonna draw a foul there as well too.
And he'll shoot one in the bonus. Out of the timeout, 3:43 to go. All Bradley here in Peoria, up 16.
There's one quality we all want from an auto repair shop. Honesty, right? At Peoria Tire and Vulcanizing, everything we do is to earn your trust. Whether changing your car's oil, putting new tires on your tractor, or maintaining your commercial vehicles, we do it with integrity at Peoria Tire, like we've done for 100 years. Give us a call right now, and we'll get you set up with an appointment. Honesty, the original way to do business. From the original Peoria Tire.
Since 1991, St. Louis has served as the gateway to the best men's basketball tournaments. Arch Madness. Experience buzzer beaters, madness, and Missouri Valley Conference glory. And it begins here. The 2025 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament, presented by Credit Union One and Great Southern Bank, tips off March 6th through the 9th. Celebrate 35 years of Arch Madness. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
Welcome to the Playground Showdown. On today's field, we have Mom versus her pint-sized powerhouse, Timmy. Mom takes off like a blur, and oh, looks like she's hurt her foot, and is now showing us an impromptu dance.
Whether your game is on the basketball court or the playground, get back to it with world-class orthopedic care. Brought to you by OSF Healthcare and Great Plains Orthopedics, official sports medicine providers for Bradley Athletics. Find care now at osfhealthcare.org/orthocare.
Brian Beto, Matt McClain back here in Peoria. Conference play is going to resume this Sunday, and believe it or not, Arch Madness will be here before you know it. It tips off March 6th through the 9th in St. Louis, and the MVC Fan Hangout at Ballpark Village is the best place to celebrate before and after games. Visit the MVC Fan Hangout to enjoy Ballpark Village restaurants, entertainment, and everything Arch Madness. For more information, visit archmadness.com and click on Fan Hangouts.
If you need another reason, you could probably have a beverage with us too down there, right?
You most certainly can.
I know I'll be there.
I will certainly be there as well. In fact, later in the game, we'll spoil it. We're going to tell you how you can get those all-session tickets.
That's right.
You got to stay tuned for
That's what we call
that's coming up
tease.
in the second half. Here, Bradley up 16. Thomas won in the bonus. The Braves have led by as many as 21, a team that's averaging over 81 points per game to begin the year. So they've scored at a high clip, but also efficiently 4th in the country in effective field goal percentage. We've also talked about 1st in the nation in three-point percentage. A very, very respectable 73% from the line as well. Thomas knocks down the first. Braves now 6 of 8 from the stripe here this afternoon. And Thomas goes 2 for 2. We'll check out Atlason in. Bernard will bring it up, as you mentioned, had a good first half off the bench, just knocked down a 3. Great athlete as well, was a high school quarterback at Grosse Pointe South High School in Michigan. Hits the rescreen, and he'll try another 3.
Yeah, Bradley just leaves the ball there. Bernard says, all right, I'll put it up and in. And a nice little spark there for the Griffs. May have found something in Bernard here in Peoria.
He came in only with 4 threes this season, and he's got
down
half
2.
of that output here in the first half. Montgomery on the pick and roll. Hanna, they clear it out for him. Crossing over on Senga. Goes opposite hand, tipped up and nearly in by Davis. Steals it and missed again.
Stick with it.
To Dean, his 3.
Oh,
man. I thought Davis was going to get another.
Now the Griffs have some numbers maybe if they're quick. Look, quick little 4 on 3.
Wrestled away. That's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with Canisius, but Montgomery, great work to take away that advantage for Canisius.
Yeah, that was a crazy 20 seconds down here at the other basket. Bradley unable to get any rewards from it, but love the hustle from both sets of players on that one.
You talk about getting multiple efforts on a trip from your team. Right there, that's multiple efforts from one player, and Christian Davis on top of it gets the potential offensive rebound, then gets a steal after the miss, gets another offensive rebound, and unfortunately for the Braves, nothing doing, but to your point, great hustle all around.
And the Braves go back to this zone. You see the Griffs trying to move it and get some dribble penetration and finds a nice pass there. Bernard drops another dime to Senga.
Senga now, he's in double figures with 10 points. Never mind, he's at 8 still, with 4 of 6 shooting.
I just left Dean wide open. Says going to go down the lane.
Flips one up, blocked, gets it back, finds Atlason. 3 to shoot. Montgomery out to Davis. He gets it off, and I think he lost it on his way up. And it's a shot clock violation on Bradley. And it'll go back over to Canisius. Trying to build on some confidence here. Got within 13.
Give Bradley offense a lot of credit today. Shooting at a high clip. That's only their 3rd turnover of the game as well, too. Cutting down on some of those mistakes that they've had earlier in the season. Doing a nice job of taking care of the basketball so far today.
Palesi guarded by Montgomery, fading and no good, and Montgomery snatches his 4th board. Going downhill, Montgomery with a finger roll and 1.
Put that on Zeke Montgomery's highlight reel. One end to the other. So on the defensive side of the floor, has a one-on-one defensive assignment. His offensive player backs him down, sticks with him, no foul, gets his own rebound, and then a one-man fast break all the way to the other end of the floor, bucket and 1.
Well, Matt, I thought the same thing. They did not give him the and 1, it looks like, so it'll be just 2 fouls. I think he was arguing as well that he was on his way up, but the whistle apparently before the shot attempt, so he'll shoot 2. Throw the challenge flag on that. That's a big college football
Yeah,
Saturday,
put a
NFL
petition out on
Saturday.
that one, I think.
For the red flag. Montgomery came in at 79%. Empty on the first attempt. Well, a really strong half he came in. averaging over 15 points per game in his last 3 contests. He's got 4 today. He's got 3-of-a-kind 4s, 4 rebounds, 4 points, 4 assists. The senior out of Louisville. One hand fling in the corner. There's Copa. Davis the rebound, the score. Davis dribbles down the right side, hands off to Dillon. Montgomery on the hesitation. There's a reach in on Bernard, and that'll send Montgomery back to the line. Braves try to bring this lead back out to a wider margin, as big as 21. Canisius got it to 13 just a moment ago, and Montgomery trying for a couple more here.
I love Bradley's aggressiveness today. They're trying to get to the free throw line as much as possible, knock it down at a pretty high clip this afternoon as well, as he knocks down the first one.
No Bradley players in foul trouble. Birch does have 2. Nobody else with more than a singular foul on Bradley, as Bernard will walk it up. Shot clock dwindling. This will likely allow Bradley to play for the final shot. See if they can get a stop and a bucket to end the half. Pick and pop for Senga, now going downhill, had it partially blocked by Atlason. Dean's gonna bring it up. They lob for Montgomery!
Oh my goodness! What a find, Duke Dean! Wow! I didn't know Zeke Montgomery could get up that high. My goodness, the two-handed flush.
McMillan to beat the buzzer, does. It does not go. And what a way to end the first half here in Peoria.
I'm still catching my breath from that. I mean, Duke Dean gets this thing out in the fast break. First off, great defensive possession by Bradley to get the stop. And then out in transition, Dean's got his eyes up the entire time. Scanning, and then from the B, throws it up to Zeke Montgomery. Maybe a little contact there too as well. And fights through that one. A highlight play of the season so far for the Braves.
What a half from both Dean and Montgomery. What a half in general from the Braves. We'll need to catch our breath. You too. We'll be back to recap this one here in the first half. The Braves up 18 right here on the Valley on ESPN.
This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
Mom, whose room is this?
Oh, I don't know. When you want bedtime to be a good time.
Good night, sweetheart.
It matters where you stay. Save up to 20% off with Hilton Season to Stay sale. Hilton, for the stay.
What if all I do for my type 2 diabetes isn't enough? Or what if?
Once-weekly Mounjaro could help. Mounjaro helps your body regulate blood sugar. And Mounjaro can help decrease how much food you eat. 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people taking Mounjaro lost up to 25 pounds.
Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or vision changes. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with sulfonylurea or insulin may raise your low blood sugar risk. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I can do diabetes differently with Mounjaro.
Ask your doctor about once-weekly Mounjaro.
They're ready to go, folks. 3, 2, 1. Bang!
Halftime here at Carver Arena, and since 1907, we've been One Valley, united institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are One Valley. Brian Beto with Matt McLean. Bradley on top of Canisius by the score of 48-30. And the Braves, you see a lot of that in the first half, sharing the basketball. It was distributed really well.
Yeah, doing an excellent job being unselfish. When needed, you got the one-on-one game going. Christian Davis had a couple of nice plays. You know, Canisius kind of kept in touch there early on. McMillan had a nice little early spurt, so did Sanga. But then it was just Bradley pretty much getting everything they wanted from behind the three-point arc. And we see them shooting, 47% from behind the three-point line. 8 of 17, 8 3-made three-pointers in that first half. And then a ton of great plays like that. Extra passes, some alley-oops as well. Of the 15 made field goals Bradley has this first half, there's been 12 assists, so Bradley's doing a tremendous job. And how about this highlight to end the first half?
Yeah, what an exclamation point by the Braves. And we saw numerous of those, so they're getting the great looks. They're getting the looks right around the rim, those high percentage looks, and wide open threes, which have become high percentage looks for the Braves.
Pretty much like layups
season.
today. Yeah.
Unbelievable. 8 threes in the first half for the Braves. They score 48 points. They do it on the defensive end as well, giving up 30. We'll step aside, take a timeout. Be back with more recap of this first half. That's next. You're watching Bradley Basketball right here on the Valley on ESPN.
This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
Marco!
You're the one who wanted to book a place with our own pool.
Yep.
When you'd rather enjoy the pool than clean someone else's.
What is that?
Sweetie, get out of the pool.
Welcome. It matters where you stay.
Hey, thank you.
Save up to 20% off with Hilton Season to Stay sale. Hilton for the stay.
Hard to believe you can get this and all of this in just 2 minutes. Or that it arrives at your door fresh and full of flavor. You know what they say, tasting is believing. Factor, all your meals made easy.
Weight loss is changing.
For so long, I felt stuck on repeat. I tried and tried again, lost weight, gained it back.
But Zepbound means change. Zepbound's for adults with obesity to help lose weight and keep it off.
Activating 2 naturally occurring hormone receptors in my body, Zepbound works differently. It's changing what I believe is possible when it comes to weight loss. It's changing how much weight I lose, up to 48 pounds. And it's changing what happens.
Don't take if allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you are experiencing vision changes, taking a sulfonylurea or insulin, having suicidal thoughts, if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems.
Zepbound means change.
And when it comes to weight loss,
Change is good.
Discover the weight loss you could be bound for. Talk to your doctor about Zepbound.
Still at intermission here in Peoria, and Matt, I told you we would talk about how you can get your tickets
All right,
for
listen
Arch
up.
Madness. Let's do it now. Arch Madness, it takes place March 6th through the 9th at Enterprise Center in St. Louis. Get your all-session tickets now and save nearly $25 by calling 309-677-2625 or order online at bradleybraves.com. Support the Braves and experience the madness. Well, we saw the first half highlights last segment. Matt, let's take a look at the numbers and how it rounded out at the team level for both sides. And as you might expect in a team with an 18-point lead, the numbers would skew in Bradley's favors. Anything stand out here?
I mean, obviously, the field goal percentage from regular field goal and three-point percentage, Bradley just continuing to be prolific from the floor. Extra passes. We talked about the turnover, or the assists rather, in the first half. They had 12 of those and doing a great job of taking care of the basketball. Honestly, both teams doing a pretty decent job there. And one of the keys of the game for Canisius was to kind of crash the boards and try to, stay within touching distance in that category. Bradley with the plus 10 there has been really big in the first half.
Yeah, 0 second chance points for the Griffs in the first half. 0 points off turnovers as well. So Braves not allowing those extra possessions from the Griffs has allowed them to keep the separation that they've had to this point. Individually, Darius Hanna leading the way. He's got 10 points for the Braves. Corey Thomas in the starting role, 9. Zeke Montgomery, 8. Connor Dillon off the bench with 7 as well.
And 7 different Braves have scored, too, talking about how they spread that wealth. Yeah.
Yep, balance has been sort of the trademark offensively of the team early on through the first 11 and a half games. We'll step aside, take a timeout. Second half of action between Bradley and Canisius. Don't go anywhere. It's coming at you next on the Valley on ESPN.
A natural diamond for every milestone and every moment that makes us, us. The Milestones Natural Diamond Collection, new and only at Kay.
Rated T for Teen.
This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
Scared of a little blood?
Dr. Garcia?
Whoa!
Reality checkup.
Bleeding gums are serious, Jamie.
I must be brushing too hard.
No, it's actually a sign of bacterial infection, one that could spread to other parts of the body. Check this out.
Unlike other toothpastes, Crest Gum Detoxify's antibacterial fluoride works below the gum line to help heal gums and stop bleeding.
Crest saves the day, huh?
No reason to fear.
The #1 toothpaste brand in America, Crest.
This heat, this view, these celebrations.
Wow. It's incredible.
You've never done the Australian Open like this before. Visit OzOpenTravel.com, the only place to purchase Australian Open 2026 packages.
Time out, time out! Time out, time out, time out!
Listen up, get tight.
This is the most important timeout I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there, and we need to regroup.
Hate.
Hate? Hate.
Hate is winning out there.
Not on these fields.
In our communities.
On our streets.
In our schools.
And we need to stop it.
So let's take this moment
To change the momentum.
and call a timeout.
On hate.
Together.
Together.
This is an ESPN Sonic blockbuster.
I take the first shot, and you keep it coming. We know a lot about turning nothing to something.
He is must-see television every time he puts that uniform on. College basketball, it never disappoints. How fun is this?
The best of college basketball every Saturday on ESPN.
About ready to get rolling here in the second half of action between Bradley and Canisius. Braves with an 18-point lead at the break. And Matt, we alluded to Bradley's starting conference schedule coming up. But first, let's take a look at what Canisius has going on as they get into their version of conference play in the MAAC, and they'll be at Sacred Heart. They'll take on Ryder as well, and then 3 home games. Again, they're off. I mean, today is what, December 21st?
They got 2 weeks off.
Yeah, 2 full
Pretty
weeks
solid.
off into their next matchup against Sacred Heart. So, this is it. This is the non-conference finale for both sides, as both teams trying to gather a little bit of momentum into the second half.
Yeah, and for the Griffs, that we've had a tough non-conference schedule, get 2 weeks off, maybe get some guys back from, the injured list and hop right into the conference season with an opportunity to make some noise maybe.
Yeah, no question about it. As Matt brought it up earlier, just 9 guys dressed for Canisius tonight, playing heavy minutes. Hopefully we can get some folks back as they head into conference play. And Bradley, on the other hand, let's go ahead and take a look at their upcoming schedule. We made the reference earlier. Hosting Valparaiso next Sunday here at Carver Arena to end the calendar year. It'll be the conference home opener. Then they'll take on Indiana State on New Year's Day, so spending New Year's Day in Terre Haute, and then coming up against Missouri State, and then Drake, who is still unbeaten as of today. Drake will take on and host Green Bay later today. Obviously have gotten off to that great start, but Braves 1-0 in Valley play. We'll take on the Beacons in 8 days from now as well.
Yeah, nice for Bradley to get a little bit of a break as well, too, before the Valley season starts. A lot of the non-conferences stop for holidays. Now you get into the Valley, you're playing a game every 3 or 4 days, right? You play Wednesday, you play Saturday, you play Wednesday, you play Sunday. So really getting into the swing of things for the next, 2+ months where you're going to be playing a lot of games in a very short amount of time. And a game like this is really great for Bradley as well, too. They can work on some more of their rotations, get some more guys some playing time, and really continue that development that they have, especially on the offensive side of the floor. They have so much consistency right now and just keep moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and I think what we've loved in the last 3 halves here in Peoria is that defensive tenacity that we've seen out of this program, really the last decade, and it's come to light. We know the team can score, they know they can shoot, and to be able to grind out that win against San Francisco Wednesday night just shows that this group hasn't hit their ceiling yet, and but it's heading in that direction. We always talk about how this group gets better as the year goes on. It's been the case pretty much every single year, and the Braves moving in that direction again this year. They get their first touch of the half into Darius Hanna, who had the matchup. Good help by Senga to allow that misfire by Hanna to start the half.
And I like the high-low set too there as well. Thomas with a nice interior pass, little bounce, gets it into the breadbasket of Hanna. Unfortunately, just can't get the basket to go down.
Offensive foul on Senga, who had a really strong first half for the Griffs. He had 10 points on 5 of 8 shooting. Braves with 7 points off of the Griff turnovers. See if they can add to that total. Nope, they're going to turn it over on an illegal screen. That's going to go on Thomas.
I think that was one of those where Corey Thomas just got a little bit wider than his shoulder base, kind of stuck out a little arm there as well too, coming off the screen. Deaton did a nice job staying close. Unfortunately, going to get Thomas on the offensive foul and replaced by Allison.
McMillan, who had 9 in the first half. There's Godfrey. Back to McMillan, guarded by Davis. Senga bullying his way underneath. Left-hand finger roll is good.
You've seen a lot of screen and roll action between McMillan and Senga. They really try to like that action, get it going. And Senga right there, just too strong, gets his way all the way to the hoop.
Hannah
looking for his third three. Nope.
draws a double. They retreat, 10 to shoot. Top of the key for Montgomery, gives to Davis. He's left alone and makes them pay.
Do not recommend leaving the ball wide open at the top there, and Davis knocks down the triple.
Came in as a 50% three-point shooter. That's his first triple today. It's the first points of the half for Bradley.
I love how connected Bradley is here on the defensive end. They're doing a great job switching when need to. Allison going one-on-one with Senga once again. And Senga is just a down low, Brian. I mean, he just absorbs that contact, fights through it, creates a little separation, gets another one to go.
So Senga now with 14. Allison, ball fake, finds Hannah underneath to score.
Yeah, Darius was loading up for another dunk there too as well. Instead, the help side defense comes from behind. He just kind of flips it up. Gets nothing but net.
Palesi. Senga hasn't attempted a three yet, still hasn't.
Excellent defensive possession. See if the Braves can close it out.
Palesi gets it over Montgomery, nearly banks it in, and Atlason tips it to himself. Now the Braves can run if they want. Dean, Hannah underneath, and the slam.
Look at the eyes by Duke Dean, keeping his eyes up the entire time. Beautiful bounce pass to Hannah as well. Throws that one down.
Third assist from Dean, no turnovers. He's second in the Valley in assist to turnover ratio coming in.
Yeah, and Dean, one of those guys, too, top 40 in the country with that 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio as well. So not just a great facilitator for this league, but overall in the entire country, one of the best.
Amit Jonovic is going to check in for the first time today. Bernard also in.
This is what I love. Duke Dean always keeps his eyes open. And look at the bounce pass right between two defenders. And Hannah's not going to have an easier dunk the rest of the season.
12 fast break points now for Bradley. It's going to be more difficult for Senga to back down Jonovic here.
I want to see that matchup, though. Give him a post feed.
3 to shoot. Great defense by Montgomery. And that one doesn't hit anything. And another really good defensive sequence from the Braves.
Very connected on this defensive side of the floor. We're talking about getting up 34 points in about 24 minutes. Really, really efficient and just very connected. A lot of guys talking mobile bodies, you know, switching screens when need to. Just doing a great job of talking to one another. And they got Meta. This is the matchup I want to see. He's going to back him down here.
Good position on the low block, and he's held up with 11 on the shot clock. That'll get back to 20, and the Braves will have it out of bounds underneath. As Davis will inbound. They find Jonovic. Up and under. No, he'll try again, and this time score.
Yeah, what I love what Meta does there, it keeps the ball high, so the guards who are coming in and trying to swat that ball away can't reach it. Nice strength there by Jonovic, able to get that one to go.
McMillan launches from 3, and it's good. Again, he came in just a 27% three-point shooter. So that's a tough shot to make. Give credit to McMillan for knocking it down.
And that was a tip of the hat there by Brian Wardle. He was telling his defenders, good, that's a good defensive assignment right there, switching under that screen, allowing McMillan to get that 3 off. Got to give him a lot of credit for making it.
They're gonna, I didn't think they were gonna give him the continuation, and they won't, but it'll be Bradley basketball. Out of the timeout, 15:31 to go. Braves by 20 here in Peoria.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs a big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy.
Choose Flex Buy on F-150 and get 1.9% for 66 months plus 1,000 Flex Buy cash and 1,000 holiday bonus cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
There's one quality we all want from an auto repair shop. Honesty, right? At Peoria Tire and Vulcanizing, everything we do is to earn your trust. Whether changing your car's oil, putting new tires on your tractor, or maintaining your commercial vehicles, we do it with integrity at Peoria Tire, like we've done for 100 years. Give us a call right now, and we'll get you set up with an appointment. Honesty, the original way to do business. From the original Peoria Tire.
I started in 1951 when I was 14 years old. A gentleman by the name of Joe O'Brien, he told me, he said, I've had planes, I've had motorhomes, I've had big houses, I've had little houses, Wayne. He said, I've had everything that I've ever wanted, but he said, I've never appreciated anything more than a motorcycle. You get on it, you go where you want to go, and you don't have to answer to anybody. Sometimes you can call it work, other times it's just a pleasure to do what you do every day.
Welcome to the Playground Showdown. On today's field, we have Mom versus her pint-sized powerhouse Timmy. Mom takes off like a blur, and oh, looks like she's hurt her foot, and is now showing us an impromptu dance.
Whether your game is on the basketball court or the playground, get back to it with world-class orthopedic care. Brought to you by OSF Healthcare and Great Plains Orthopedics, official sports medicine providers for Bradley Athletics. Find care now at osfhealthcare.org/orthocare.
Brian Beadle, Matt McClain with you. We know Bradley, a prolific three-point shooting team. But Matt, you know what else is fun? Alley-oops and dunks.
Yeah, absolutely. Easy buckets. Bradley's been doing it at will tonight. Darius Hannah throwing that one down. Love this one from Jaquan Johnson leading the fast break, making the extra pass. And then another one down to Corey Thomas. And then, I mean, this has got to be the highlight of the season for Bradley right here, right before the half. Duke Dean from the B throws it up. Zeke Montgomery flush. You know, Bradley's been getting out in transition, making extra passes, easy buckets. It's been really fun here in Carver Arena this afternoon. And we talk about Bradley's making the extra pass this season. 60% of their made field goals have come off of assists. Today they're at 73%. 19 made field goals, 14 makes. So off of assists. Just uber efficient from Bradley and very unselfish.
Well, nearly got another one there, but Jonovich couldn't finish through the contact, but he will shoot two. Jonovich, 2 points and a rebound. Junior out of Serbia. An 11-point, 7-rebound game earlier this year against Wright State, Myrtle Beach Invitational.
And a really, really nice touch for a 7-footer from the free throw line as well, too. Nice form, takes his time. He's made really nice improvements throughout his two-plus years, actually, at Bradley, you know, joining the Braves 2 years ago in January, actually. So I guess a 2-year anniversary, and Peoria coming on up.
And now up to a very respectable 67% for Jonovich from the line. McMillan guarded by Davis, right side. David Maggi, who checked in for the first time. Wrestled away by Palesi, and he's fouled by Jonovich.
Yeah, Jonovich did about 90% of the hard work there, too. Got his two hands on the ball, and then the Griffs did a nice job of kind of swarming the basketball, getting to the loose ball, and Palesi goes to the line for two now.
Palesi, that's just his second. Oh, I don't even know if that counted.
I did not. They whistled beforehand. They might have a wardrobe malfunction slightly here that they're going to get a substitution.
Had a couple of those today. I think it was Godfrey who just checked in, came in with the shooting shirt earlier, right?
They actually told us a violation on the first.
Oh, violation, so just one.
I think maybe David Maggi
left the line after Palesi had already gotten the ball.
Yep, so the first one is null and void, so just one free throw now. And an empty possession.
Does that count for pizza?
I think that might default into the Cruisin's pizza promotion.
Controversial.
Let's see if Cody Raskins can give us an update on that one.
The hard pressing issues.
That's
Dillon
right.
fighting through traffic. The off-man gets the roll.
Yeah, really nice offensive showing here from the Peoria product. Connor Dillon gets that one to bounce in. That's at 9 points now for the afternoon for Connor Dillon.
3 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 2 from 3. The Peoria product. McMillan defended well by Johnson. Skipped up to Bernard. Quick movement to the corner, taken away by the Braves.
And look at Dean, eyes up in transition right away, trying to find somebody. Instead, going to take this one on one and find Jonovic.
It's going to be on the floor.
I don't think Duke Dean ever puts his head down. The entire time, his defender right on him, scanning, looking for an option. And does a nice job there keeping that possession alive. Was going to have another assist for an easy bucket to Jonovic. Going to get the foul first.
Started the 15th foul on Canisius. Dean struggling to get it in, flips it up, and Bernard tracks it down. He tried to actually throw it off Thomas.
Great hustle.
And then Jaquan Johnson never gave up on the play.
Dean in the corner.
And it's going to be potentially an open three-point attempt, but instead the Braves will pull it out and reset. Johnson downhill gets a step. There's the open three from the corner.
That one doesn't go down. This is a fun lineup for the Braves, too. Not sure this unit has been on the floor together this season, but you see Jaquan Johnson and Dean both out there being able to facilitate and run the offense. Got a couple shooters. Atlason's prolific. Dillon as well. And you throw in Thomas. He can fill it up from behind the arc as well, too. So this is one of those really important times for Bradley, you know, working on some continuity, different lineups, seeing how guys kind of work together with 13-plus minutes left. A 24-point advantage. This is big time.
Good hustle by Thomas to keep it alive for Bradley. Dillon got a great look. That was halfway down, didn't drop. 20 on the clock now as Dean will inbound. Quickly into Atlason to Dean. Guarded by Bernard.
Well, Duke's feeling it.
Step back three is good.
Yeah, you can see just a little look in his eye, the way he's sizing up the defender. He's going to take that one-on-one. How about the step back triple?
He's got 3 threes this afternoon. That's accounted for all 9 of his points. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. McMillan to Copa. McMillan guarded by Johnson, helped by Thomas, and McMillan somehow gets it to go.
Yeah, that's really tough. You just got to give him a lot of credit on that one. Took on basically 3 separate defenders during that possession and gets that one to fall away on the baseline. You see Canisius throwing a little bit of a different look here on the defensive end with a little bit of zone, and you don't want to leave Duke Dean wide open.
And that's why.
He told the bench too a little bit. He said, you better have a zone come up and meet me if I'm going to catch the ball. Even up by the B right there. Knocked down his 4th triple of the afternoon.
That's the 12th of the day for Bradley. Remember, 2 games ago against Judson, they set a new program record with 21, and then Johnson hustling again, knocks it off of Copa, and Bradley will have it when we come back. 11:47 to go. Duke Dean on fire. So are the Braves, leading by 28 here in Peoria.
I wait tables. But last week, I built a field hospital.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Take a holiday from cooking this year with Popeye's Festive Family Box. Loads of biscuits, regular sides, and of course, our crowd-pleasing chicken, all for $20. This year, everyone gets exactly what they want.
Have that chicken from Popeyes.
Welcome back to Nada Yada Island, the reunion. Janina, were you able to find your perfect match on the island?
Well, I'm proof you don't have to settle.
Whoa, Apple Watch SE and iPhone 12?
Guess who else is bundled up?
Hey, Max. I got them both too. Anybody can in Metro.
At Metro, everyone gets their perfect match. iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watches E for only $99.99. Only at Metro.
And Doug.
Whoa, Limu,
insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Customize and set!
And then I wake up.
And you have this dream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hard to believe you can get this and all of this in just 2 minutes. Or that it arrives at your door fresh and full of flavor. You know what they say, tasting is believing. Factor, all your meals made easy.
All Bradley here this afternoon. The Braves 7 of 11 from the floor here in the second half. 3 of 5 from 3 in half number 2. And again, like we've slated their non-conference schedule, Braves at 8-2. Again, that one conference win has against Southern Illinois, the one missing from this resume. But I mean, you look at the beginning of the year and you say Braves can finish this non-conference slate 9-2, 10-2 overall going into the resumption of league play. Very impressive start by the Braves. The reason for the round of applause, by the way, Duke Dean with that last three surpassed 1,000 points here in his Bradley career. Very, it's just been outstanding. What more accolades can we talk about when it comes to Duke Dean? But to get back to the point about the Braves, it's been a very special start to the year for Bradley.
Yeah, and you don't want to assume this one, but if the result holds that 10-2 start, you see Dillon the 3-ball unable to get to go, but Birch keeps it alive. I love the extra effort here from the Braves. They could be resting on their laurels, 11-plus minutes to go with this big advantage, but they're still playing hard, and Allison's going to take this opportunity to go one-on-one. Nice pass.
Out to Hannah for 3. And Thompson the rebound.
All right, putting a ribbon on this last point, though, coming out of the Braves, talking about the non-conference. If this result holds, a 10-2 start for Bradley, it would be their best start of the season since the 17-18 season. They started the year 12-3, so some nice momentum here for Bradley if they can come up with this victory as well here today. Really have a nice start in the non-conference. Put them in really nice position for the rest of the season.
Look at this defense by Birch. Opposite corner, Copa, and Birch gets the rebound. And those 10 wins that the Braves could be at as Birch with the left-handed touch gets it to go. You got the big win against San Francisco Wednesday night. Another NTE win as well against 3 quality teams in championship Middle Tennessee State, Wright State, UTSA a win too early on as there's a back cut underneath. McMillan gets it to go.
He never stops working on the offensive end. McMillan's always active, looking for an opportunity to put it up. He gets his hands on it. You know it's more than likely he's going to shoot.
Senga, who has 14. Senga and McMillan have combined for 30 of the Griffs' 41. That's near 3/4 of their points. Senga breaking, came in averaging just under 8. Played his last year at Cal State Northridge, 2 years at Texas A&M Corpus Christi too. Having a great afternoon here today for the Griffs. As Birch jab steps, buries a 3.
That's excellent to see from Demarion Birch. He missed about 6 or 7 games earlier in the season with an injury, and he's still been kind of struggling to find his rhythm and offensive end. You know, he's a high-octane player. To see him score on back-to-back offensive sets here, maybe get him a little rhythm going into the Missouri Valley Conference play and get him pumping with some confidence, because he is a major impact player for this Bradley group.
And he stays perfect from 3 on the season, has yet to miss. As there's a whistle and a foul. As he's now Birch 6 of 6 from the 3-point line this season. It's the 3rd on Bradley, but it was in the act.
And just yet another example of McMillan's prowess in one-on-one game. He feels Allison on his side hip, just kind of takes him to the basket, stop and pop. Not much Allison can do about that one. Trip to the free throw line from McMillan. McMillan
now with 17, perfect 6 of 6 from the foul line.
Santa?
Yeah, everyone's festive out here today, not just the staff. McMillan again, perfect. Has 18 points.
That's now the 13th consecutive game that McMillan has reached double-digit scoring. So a super consistent offensive player for them. Something that they're going to want to build off of this coming up in the conference season.
Hannah, left-hand finger roll.
And no help there. Darius Hand's going to like his chances there with a one-on-one against Senga. Just too quick, the lateral movements to get around him.
16 for Hannah.
That's
all Bradley scored.
Excuse me, Brian. A nice bounce back for him, too, struggling offensively the last couple of games.
McMillan on the hesitation, flips it up and in, and the foul.
Yeah, that is just picture perfect right there. Keeps his dribble alive for quite some time, and a nice quick crossover dribble gets Atlas into reach him yet again, coming over for some help. Look at a little left-handed scoop. Beautiful play there by McMillan, who's now at 20 points for the afternoon.
Jonovic in, Atlason is out.
One time.
Second old-fashioned three-point play of the afternoon for McMillan, who has hit the 20-point mark. Jonovic, Dillon, they work over the screen.
They got to switch down low. Great help.
Yeah, good close in by Senga. To deflect that out, it'll stay with Bradley. 11 on the shot clock. Rays will stack it up. Birch to inbound. Being hounded by McMillan. Johnson behind the back. He's going to go one-on-one. Forces the contact on Thompson, and he will shoot two. Shot clock was dwindling down, and the Braves will certainly take the two foul attempts forthcoming.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Wardle before the game, and we're kind of talking about his rotations and the depth, and he had nothing but amazing things to say about Jaquan Johnson, the freshman point guard, has really made quite an impact here early days in Peoria. I mean, he leads the team in free throw attempt. He gets to the line at will and doing a great job of keeping control of the basketball as well, too. Very few turnovers for a freshman coming in, learning a new system, kind of learning who he's got to play with and things of that nature. He's kind of been a second unit leader for Bradley here early on.
We talked about the lack of turnovers. The Braves just with 5 turnovers in this ball game. Fantastic total here with 8 minutes to go.
And Bradley's going to switch up here, get into their zone play, a little 2-3 zone. Just 12 to shoot now here for the Griffs to figure this one out.
Copa just 1 of 5 from 3. They've been contested. The Braves have done a good job recognizing him, keeping it out of his hands.
Nice
Balesi tries a 3, and that finds Copa. He dribbles off his leg. That was influenced by Johnson. Birch comes away with it in transition. Dillon pulls it back out. Ooh. And handed back on the give and go to Dillon. He goes up with the offhand and scores.
Yeah, that was just too easy from Connor Dillon. It's almost like he was waiting for the defender to step up and try to stop the ball, and he says, you know what, you're going to give me the baseline, I'm going to take it. Scores off the glass.
He joins Hannah and Dean in double figures now with 11.
Now a career high for him in a Bradley uniform.
Poked away by Hannah, recovered by Thompson. 5 to shoot. Senga in the corner. Copa really gonna have to force one up. Tough angle deuce. Kept alive by Balesi, and a 3 from McMillan at the top.
If Canisius can find some guys to put around McMillan and Senga and have some consistency, They got a good chance to score a lot of points in conference play because these guys are scoring at will.
Dylan stepped on the sideline on that jab step. And it'll go back over to Canisius with 6:15 to go. All Bradley in this one up 29.
I've heard it countless times. It doesn't matter where you get your car loan, but it should. When I got my car loan, SEFQ's experts and resources gave me all the help I needed, plus competitive rates and flexible terms. And their free pre-approval let me know my budget right away. So I knew exactly what I could afford before I even got here. And now, this ride is all mine.
Our generation isn't turning away from the world's problems. Watch us fly ahead, rise to every challenge, and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
BK Melts, wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK Melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
Can you guess what I'm thinking right now?
I love my little girl.
Hello, can anyone hear me? We were attacked. My husband was infected.
What's wrong with Daddy? Daddy's scaring me.
Don't you lay your hand on her.
Only in theaters January 17th.
We ready?
I need to get me a new phone.
You need to trade in that old busted up phone. You can get you a brand new iPhone 16 Pro from T-Mobile. It's on them. At T-Mobile, it's better over here. Families save 20% every month. What a deal.
To all you new and existing customers, trade in your busted old phone and T-Mobile will give you a brand new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. Plus, families can save 20% when they switch.
T-Mobile is one of none. Go get that.
What he said.
We are back in Peoria. 78-49 is the score. 6:15 to go. I said at the top, this is the fourth ever matchup between these programs. Bradley leads that series, in a small sample, 2-1. Canisius won the last matchup, which actually came in the NIT.
Pretty good game.
Back in 1995. I made a joke the other night against San Francisco as the Braves were avenging their loss from 1981 against San Francisco. The Braves can avenge that NIT
29
loss
years later.
It'll be 30 seasons at that point. The 3-decade, the anniversary. They can hold on to this one.
And that was a prolific game, too. Canisius Hall of Famer Craig Weiss with the 1-second buzzer beater to get the win for the Griffs.
Senga Sky's on his way in, and he's fouled by Atlison.
You know, we kind of talked about Senga and McMillan and kind of their offensive prowess from the floor today. Senga 7 for 10. He's playing excellent. We kind of mentioned earlier in the first half, his last 4 games averaging 16 points per game. He's getting close to matching that number as well here today.
In transition, Davis throws it down.
Nobody stopped the ball. Christian Davis goes all the way. That's just way too easy there for the Braves. And a nice heads-up play there by Davis, taking it all the way.
He's got 10 to go along with 5 boards. Again, the 2-man game. That one off the fingertips of Senga. He's able to track it down. Here he comes down the right side and spatted away by Jonovic.
Yeah, get that out of here. Senga looked like he maybe had a step advantage on Jonovic, but then forgot the 7-footer was on his back. Rejects that one away with the left-handed swat.
Senga gets it in. McMillan, he's got a launch with under a second to shoot. I don't think he get it off. So that'll be a shot clock violation.
You know, the Griffs have done a relatively decent job here today, taking care of the basketball. That's now their 10th turnover. You know, we're going to say that's pretty good. You got to give Bradley a ton of credit with just 6 turnovers here. Doing a great job at taking care of the basketball. Trying to work a post feed down low for Jonovic, working really, really hard. Had the switch, and going to get the foul there on Vanderplas. Back to the free throw line here for a one-on-one for Jonovic. And Bradley just absolutely prolific from the free throw line today. This is going to be their 19th attempt. So far, they're 15 of 18 from the free throw line. Just really filling it up. Doing a great job converting these. You know,
what did you just do? What did you just do?
15 to 18 still pretty good.
You're getting on the naughty list for that one.
All right, I'll get some coal. I'll take it. I'll take it.
But to your point, it's been really good. They frequented the line and they've been efficient from there.
Bradley just absolutely locked in on the defensive end. Doing a great job here, extending his possession again. Griff's really having a hard time moving the basketball. You see a lot of stagnant one-on-one play.
Throwing one up is Vanderplas. Hanna trying to tip it to himself, does. Good hustle. Dean is there first. Up to a bounce pass. What a find to Thomas, and one!
Put that in the highlight reel, folks. Beautiful finish, Corey Thomas. Totally blind to where the basket is. Just kind of flips it up right off the glass and in. And another beautiful assist from Duke Dean. Take another look at this one, folks. In transition, Darius Hanna, great job. Kind of plays a little volleyball game with himself, tips it up twice, flings it over his shoulder, and Dean in transition. Beautiful pass, and Thomas converts the free throw for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Copa out to Thompson. He'll try a three. Montgomery there for his 6th rebound. And he'll go the other way, coast to coast. That one bounces off. Trying to keep it alive was Thomas into the arms of McMillan, who drives in. Hanna certainly influenced that one. Thompson, no, but then tips it in.
Nice activity off the bench there by Thompson, keeping that play alive, getting a second chance opportunity, tipping that one in. And just look how spread the floor is here from Bradley. They've been having this all afternoon. A lot of driving lanes, and once they get the ball in the lane, everybody kind of comes and helps to get wide open threes. They've been knocking them down.
Thompson will bring it up. Began his career at BC. Flipped up and in by McMillan, who now has 26 to lead all scorers. Under 3 to play, and the Braves will...
Yeah, Coach Worrell's going to take a timeout here to get some new guys in. A well-deserved round of applause for this Bradley first unit. Looks like they might be done for the afternoon, but 84 points with just 3 minutes to go here. Bradley's offense is back rolling at Carver.
This is ludicrous.
Ludicrous. All right, who called for ludicrous?
Sorry,
we went, this is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't tell ludicrous what's ludicrous. Ludicrous tells you what's ludicrous.
Okay.
Oh, that is ludicrous. You don't need me for this. Hang on. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good thing you have State Farm. Just file a claim on the app or call us.
Guess I can go.
Don't you mean roll out?
No, I don't.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome to the Playground Showdown. On today's field, we have Mom versus her pint-sized powerhouse, Timmy. Mom takes off like a blur. And oh, looks like she's hurt her foot and is now showing us an impromptu dance.
Whether your game is on the basketball court or the playground, get back to it with world-class orthopedic care. Brought to you by OSF Healthcare and Great Plains Orthopedics, official sports medicine providers for Bradley Athletics. Find care now at osfhealthcare.org/orthocare.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs a big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy.
Choose Flex Buy on F-150 and get 1.9% for 66 months plus 1,000 Flex Buy cash and 1,000 holiday bonus cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Back here to wrap it up in Peoria, and let's go ahead and take a look at our Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois player of the game. We're going with number 35, Darius Hannah.
He's not all dunks. Knocked out a couple of threes, but you know, he can do it, folks. The two-handed flush there. He had an alley-oop jam as well. Darius Hannah, a nice bounce-back game. You see the corner three ball here with 16 points, 5 rebounds, adds in a steal and an assist. In under 30 minutes of gameplay, and this was the hammer right here. Not going to get much easier for Darius Hannah. Very excellent performance for him. Looking at that left hand like, man, I got to take it easy on that rim a little bit.
So as we mentioned before the break, the Braves with a line change. Jaquan Johnson, the freshman, finds Jonovich. Doing some extended run here in the second half. Looking on the pick and roll. Instead, it's to Birch on the left wing, and he's fouled. And he will shoot one of the bonus 19 foul on the Griffs. Timeout on the floor again. Sad news to pass along as well. Frank Kendrick, who is the father of Christoph Kendrick, who is here on the broadcast here on the Valley and ESPN, part of the former Bradley coaching staff as well. Frank passed away earlier this week. Larger-than-life figure, an absolute legend at Purdue basketball, both as a coach and as a player, drafted by the Warriors. So our thoughts are with him and his with Christoph and his family. Back to wrap it up here in Peoria after this.
I've heard it all my life. Don't buy fancy coffee. But here's the thing. I like my daily dose of vanilla latte. With SEFQ's help, I know I'm managing and spending my money in a way that works best for me. And I can keep track of my spending just like that. Boom, mobile app. I'll take a muffin too. Since I got an account with SEFQ, I'm doing things my way, and that's what really matters. Ooh, that's good.
Our generation isn't turning away from the world's problems. Watch us fly ahead, rise to every challenge, and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Take a holiday from cooking this year with Popeye's Festive Family Box. Loads of biscuits, regular sides, and of course, our crowd-pleasing chicken, all for $20. This year, everyone gets exactly what they want.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Daddy, are we gonna die?
No. It's my job to protect you.
Are you okay? We gotta get out of here.
What's wrong with Daddy?
He's infected. Blake, you're scaring me. Back up!
Rated R. Only in theaters January 17th.
This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
2:42 to go. This one in hand for the Braves at biggest thing to determine is what's going to be the final score here, as the Braves, who have dominated throughout the majority of this one, had a 13-point lead at halftime and ballooned it up to 31 here in the second half. And Matt, it's been another balanced effort for the Braves. We just highlighted Darius Hannah, but 5 different Braves have scored in double figures in this game. We've had, it looks like 9 different Braves score in the game as well. And Demarion Birch, who has a chance to get in double figures here, will shoot one of the bonus.
7 different Braves have made a 3-pointer as well, too. So, I mean, talking about spreading the love, able to get a lot of guys into action. Demarion Birch, one of those guys, too, off the bench with a nice afternoon. The chance this one in the hopper would get him to double-digit scoring as well.
He scored in double figures 5 times last year, and now has it here.
I almost went 2 for 2 on the curse of the commentator, so I had to make up for it. At least I'm back to 50%.
There you go. 50%'s good.
Depends on what we're talking about.
Not for free throws, but. Thompson, that's dug out by Dylan. Jonovich on him. Cope gets it to Godfrey. He'll step back and launch a 3. Timothy Vandernap had a man on his back, able to get the rebound.
Yeah, nice job by Vandernap there, closing out the shooter and getting the rebound. He's going to come right back to the shooter if he wasn't aware of it. Instead, he gathers, and now Bradley with an opportunity. He'll get Jonovich will look down low.
Great position underneath. And he's hit on the arm on his way up. And 2 more free throws forthcoming for Jonovich. It'll be his 5th and 6th attempts of the day.
Yeah, you just can't let a 7'1", 260-pounder establish that position down low, right underneath the hoop. It's either going to be an easy bucket or a trip to the free throw line. This time it's the latter.
Braves 18 of 22 from the line. I actually tried to help you out there. Just in case you missed that one, I take the heat. It's the holiday season. It's the time for giving.
I appreciate that.
But Jonovich now at 4 of 5. And the Braves with 87 points. I mentioned earlier they're averaging just over 81 per game. And with that free throw, they've matched the second highest point output of the season. They had 88 in the season opener against SEMO here at Carver. They put up 107 against Judson the day after Thanksgiving.
This is now the 8th time this season, 8th different occasion the Braves have scored 80 or more points as well, too. So, you see a 3-ball knockdown by Godfrey. But, you know, Bradley's offense has just been absolutely prolific. When scoring at least 75 points this season, they're 8-0. Looks like they're going to be improving that one to 9-0 when they get to 75.
Dylan backing his way in,
right,
scoops it up and in.
My goodness.
They're at the 90 mark for the second time of the year. Dylan now with 13 on an efficient 5 of 8 from the floor.
Yeah, Dylan just kind of backs down his defender all the way and just lays that one in with the offhand. And the southpaw gets it to go with the right hand.
Under a minute to go now. Copa, who came in averaging over 12 points per game, has just 3 today as Godfrey is off right with his 3-point attempt. And Bradley's going to take a timeout just to get the subs in. Good round of applause from the crowd, rightfully so. You see Gonar Ballou coming in, Connor Linke, Sam Hennessy, Gus Rugard, and I think that's all of them. Yep, as Vandernap will stay in.
Yeah, we've seen this unit right here have a couple of really nice highlight plays to put a cap on some really nice Bradley victories. See if they can get on the score sheet here again.
Yeah, Rugard actually hit that 21st 3 that set the new record. From that same spot, he just caught the ball in. Hennessy downhill. He tosses one up and in.
I love that from Sam. Gets the runner to go, falling away from the hoop and banks it in.
On the pick and pop, Godfrey with his second 3 in as many minutes. And that's how this one will come to an end here in Peoria as the Braves come away with the victory. They take care of business here at home against the Canisius Golden Griffins, and they improve to 10-2 overall, 6-0 here at Carver Arena, and they cap off what was a very successful non-conference season and have some good momentum at McLean heading into the resumption of Valley play next Sunday.
For sure, Brian. You know, this is Bradley's best non-conference start to the season since 7 years ago, and you talk about what Bradley's been able to achieve in those last 7 seasons. A lot of success, so really have established themselves in a great position going into this full-time Valley Conference season. Already 1-0 in the league, got some nice momentum rolling into that, and guess what? Going to have some really big games coming up within the Valley before the start of the new year even, coming up next week. So looking forward to that one, but a great showing from Bradley defensively today, allowing just 59 points. Again, eclipsing their offensive output on average with the 92 ball. So really a lot of things for Bradley to build off of.
Yeah, no question about it. All-around effort from the Braves today as they dominate at home here against Canisius. Well, that'll do it here from Carver Arena. For my partner, Matt McLean, and everyone on our production crew, we're saying so long and happy holidays from Carver Arena here in downtown Peoria. Once again, the final, it's the Bradley Braves 92, the Canisius Golden Griffins 59. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
I've heard it countless times. It doesn't matter where you get your car loan, but it should. When I got my car loan, SEFCU's experts and resources gave me all the help I needed, plus competitive rates and flexible terms. And their free pre-approval let me know my budget right away. So I knew exactly what I could afford before I even got here. And now, this ride is all mine.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
BK melts. Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
Being an artist is part philosopher, part someone that manipulates material. I work specifically in metals. I needed a truck to move sculptures like peso neto, which means net weight. Por eso tengo un ram. It also allows me to move the weight of my message. But most importantly, it allows me to sustain the weight of my culture. We're built to serve.
Hot yoga, cold plunges, darkness retreats. You're literally doing everything for your health. But there is just one more thing. Start your morning with AG1, the daily health drink for foundational nutrition and gut health.
Mickey only wants one thing for Christmas. For Santa to bring the NBA to Walt Disney World. It's time to dunk the halls. Spurs, Knicks. Christmas Day at noon.